Hey everybody, and welcome back to On the Timeline, which is the show where we break down the editing of our recent short films. Today we will be breaking down Surface Tension, which is a film that I directed and edited. So if you haven't seen it yet, go click the link down below and up here, whatever. Make sure you watch it before you watch this because there's a lot of spoilers ahead. So right off the bat, we start off with this very intense sort of like underwater shots with this title that's like flowing in the water and then gets displaced as well with the waves and stuff. And that sort of like immediately subverts your attention. It's like, oh wait, is this like a thriller? Is this like a horror? And then, as soon as they emerge from the water, they have this death stare, right? This battle scene. They're like looking each other in the eyes, right? And without missing a beat, the older brother, who is Gary, just immediately goes to their go-to competition, which is
first ones to come up for air has spent the night in the pool.
And then Gary as well, he just immediately goes for like yeah, you're on, man, let's go. Okay, so when we move underwater, right, so we've got this two shot here showing the two different strategies. You can see that Gary has the one stopping water from getting into your nose, and then Alex is just, he's free soloing it, So it starts and it shows the close-up on like Alex. He's very confident, he's cocky, he's like, I'm gonna win this, he's smiling. And then we show the opposite, which is, Alex is in like this meditative state, but then oops, there we see Alex is already running out of breath, and then he's like, okay, no, I'm in trouble. And then we contrast that with Gary here, who is in this sort of like very calm, very meditative state with this violin playing over it. So he's in this very sort of like angelic state in the water. And then, there we go. Alex came out of the water first, right? And then immediately, the brotherly love, loser, just pushes him in immediately. And this was one of my favorite things to see, because if you go through it slowly, right, like sort of frame by frame, you see Mark, who's playing Alex, his face changing and going under the water. It's little things like this that really adds to an actor's performance. Sometimes it's like subtle, sometimes very quick, like it was here. So, if I play that again, you see it's like really, really quick. Your brain catches those tiny things. And then we're going to be setting up a very important pattern here, okay?
Hippo. Is that it? Really? What? No. Don't you know hippos can't swim?
What?
Yeah, they sort of just like float and walk underwater.
Okay, so you saw that, right? So we've got Gary's close up here, saying the word hippo, right? So from his perspective, and then the reverse of that, which is Alex's perspective.
Really?
Which is like a fat joke, really.
No.
And then again back to Gary's perspective, where he says, "Oh no, that's not what I meant."
Don't you know hippos can't swim?
Then he brings up this new information about, "Don't you know hippos can't swim?" And then we go back to Alex, who's like,
yeah, they're sort of just like,
what? And then we come to the two shot again, the wide. It's like, okay, I see your point and I see the other guy's point. Let's bring them together. And that's going to be a pattern that we set up throughout this film. And it sort of allows the audience member to they start choosing sides. If it's just a back and forth the whole time, then you start to lose the global perspective, which is what we're trying to bring in with the two shot here, which in this case is Gary saying or trying to explain that, yeah, no, hippos don't swim. They just float and walk underwater.
Dude, hippos.
But then Alex, he's not falling for it. Hippos definitely swim. So we go back to his perspective a little bit tighter this time.
Definitely swim. It's like their thing. Fine. Google it.
But we don't go tighter on Gary here because he's right. He doesn't need more persuasion, whereas Alex definitely does.
Google it.
And there's this little pause after Google it. And before he says, yeah, you see. And that little pause just allows everybody some time to breathe and think wait, what is actually happening right now? They're arguing over a hippo. And it also gives the audience a little bit of breathing space because it's been back and forth the whole time, really quick. And now it's okay, well, we're just going to settle this easily. And then there's another little pause here
Yeah, you see, they sort of just like control their breathing and stuff.
where we start with the two shot again. It's like we're all on the same page again. This is where we're starting. They just control their breathing and stuff. They don't actually swim.
Yeah, you see, they sort of just like control their breathing and stuff. Weird, dude.
So we go to this French over the shoulder here with Alex like still confused. It's like still not believing it, even though there's clear evidence right there. And it's like, my whole life is a lie.
But that's like their thing.
And you can see that on his face, you know, it's just their thing. Again with the little over the shoulder, he's like, well, that's how it is and that's how I see it, so you know, whatever. And then we go back to Alex here pushing the phone, laughing. But see, in this one, right, we don't cut to Gary saying, that was your phone. We want to stay with Alex figuring out, oh, I'm an idiot. Because now he's actually been defeated by his brother 3 times. Once with the breath holding contest, once with the hippo thing, and then trying to destroy Gary's phone, but it actually destroys his own phone. So he's like, he just played himself. Defeated 3 times.
What?
And then we come back here to the 2 shot, right? But we intentionally start cutting out Alex from the shot as we tilt up, right? And that's saying like, okay, you've been defeated, dude. Stop. Okay. Alex has accepted his defeat. He went to go get his phone. He wants to leave, but then, oops.
What are you doing?
We see Alex looking at something first, right? I could have just cut straight to this shot, but I wanted to show Alex trying to subvert the issue of losing the breath holding contest. You know what I mean? So he's trying to get out and then, oops, obstacle. And again, now we've got the 2 shots. So we're allowing everybody back into the setting again, and we're saying, okay, we're starting again. What is everybody's perspective? But this time we're also setting Alex at a disadvantage from the beginning, because like this shot with Gary towering over him literally creates the sense that Gary is in fact in charge and Alex just has to accept what's going to come next.
What are you doing?
Getting out?
No. You lost, remember?
And again, here we go with the over the shoulders, right?
That was just like brotherly jokes, like water under the bridge.
And this time it's not an over the shoulder on Alex. It's a close up. And we are going to be setting up another pattern in this scene where whenever it's a close up, that person it's not negotiable. You can't change anything. But when it's an over the shoulder, there might be a little bit of wiggle room.
Nope. Here are the caveats to our negotiation. So you're going to...
So you see there, we go from Alex's close up where he's like, no, but like, it was just a joke. But then Gary's like, nope, this is how I see it. This is how it is.
You're going to stay in the pool until the break of dawn.
Comes the rules.
No phone, although that clearly wouldn't be...
So that's showing that if the phone was working, maybe you could negotiate, but you're out.
No part of you may be above the water.
And that's where Alex protests. He's like, what? No, I'm gonna protest that. And then
Fine, maybe your arms.
and then back to the over the shoulder where, okay, there's a little bit of wiggle room. Fine, maybe your arms as well.
Why are there so many rules?
No. Caveats to our negotiation.
Again with the close up with his proud moment. Caveats to our negotiation.
Okay, why are there so many caveats to our negotiation?
Well, it's because you lost, Hippo.
But then he's being shut down, and not only is he being shut down, but in the shot where there's supposed to be a little bit of wiggle room, again, we're cutting him out completely. The camera physically moves, taking him out of the frame, being like, you're done, stop.
So if any of these caveats are breached, you're gonna have to say Granny to have that thing behind her foot checked out that she's been bugging me about for weeks.
Again, same pattern. Wide shot establishes new perspectives, new ideas. What is the dynamic? Let's listen to everybody first. Then we go to this close-up with Alex, who is literally surrounded by water. But then that is contrasted with the shot of Alex, who has all the space. He's even lying down, he's relaxing.
We have to go to Monica's 21st thing, remember?
And then we cut back to the wide here. This is Gary saying, okay, you can get out of the water now. We need to go.
You're just saying that because as soon as I step out, you're going to be like, how you lose.
How you lose. I don't even know how Mark did that, but that was a performance thing on the day as well. You know, Mark's never acted for the screen before. I think he did like some stage work back in high school. Kelton is also obviously a really good actor. He's like Ben Affleck, you know, he directs good movies and he acts well in those movies that he directs. I'm like, how do you do this? Obviously the whole crew was also just amazing. But back to the editing, this shot goes from this like nice and wide where it's like, okay, cool, I'm giving you a chance, get out. But then it goes to the close-up surrounded by water. No, I'm not going to do that.
You're going to be like, how you lose.
Another thing about this shot also is it's a high angle looking down on him, right? So he's not in the position to be making power plays or whatever.
Let's go.
And then still with the low angle here on Gary, putting him still as the authority figure. So if Alex wanted, he could listen to Gary and he could get out, you know? It's showing that like dynamic.
So you're telling me that you'd rather go to one of Monica's stupid boring parties?
It puts him in this small little frame, showing the insignificance of this thought. Like, it's your cousin, go. So then we go to the close-up here to double down on the granny thing, because like, oh no, we don't want to go to take Granny to the doctor.
And we're already taken to see two other specialists. We can't figure out what the damn thing is. Alex? I'm not falling for any of your tricks. I ain't no chump.
Fine, whatever, dude. I'm leaving in 20. Enjoy the hypothermia.
And then we go back to this wide where again we see both perspectives. We see Gary's like, cool, I'm leaving, whatever. And then we go back to this close-up and he's literally like bubbling away. He's ready for this night. And then we keep that shot just a little bit long, you know, to be like, okay, what's gonna happen next? And then this is where sort of the montage starts. What's he gonna do tonight?
Yes.
And then it just starts with the exact thing that got him into trouble the first time. He's practicing his breath holding. You know, that just sets us up. Okay, what's going to happen in the rest of the montage? Let's see.
And 1078 on.
And the suspenders?
Thank you.
Caveats.
I had a lot of options for the order that I was going to arrange these like mini scenes, if you'd like to call it that. And I thought that this one was honestly the best because like it starts with beating the thing that got you in trouble in the first place, but then ends with hunger. The only thing left to eat is potentially this worm. I don't know, maybe. Okay, and then here we go again with the wide. Both perspectives. You see Alex over here, maybe not doing so hot. And then you see Gary inside is coming back.
Dude, he says you won't believe what happened.
Okay, so this is the return of that ominous music that we had from the beginning, where Gary like realizes, oh no. You see how we create that eye line. There's obviously a reflection in the door, but it creates that eye line to him almost straight, and that like sets up that something actually bad happened. He jumps in full clothes. But then we see that arm, and then we hear the music, and it's like, haha.
Enjoy Granny's Veruca, fool.
And then again we start with the over-the-shoulder thing that we had earlier, where it's like, ha, here's my perspective.
Maybe it's a Veruca.
What, like the girl from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
You're seeing each person's perspective, like sort of like a tennis match.
Anyway, you're wet, fool.
And then we cut in closer to hear what Alex thinks about this phone
Now we
thing.
both need new phones.
Cut in close to Gary to hear what he thinks. But it's waterproof. You see what we do. And then
So anyway, after Monica's...
we get here to another two shot where we could see both the perspectives again. Gary is telling Alex about his night at Monica's party.
party, which was a dud, by the way.
And then again,
We ended up
both
going to some random
perspectives.
place in Parkhurst. But then this guy, Monica's brother's...
And then we go in for the close-up on Gary to see what he's talking about.
Cousin's friend, you know the type, like everyone likes him, he likes talking to everyone. Anyway, was the one and only Dale Schnettler.
But then it changes again. Like, wait, who's Dale
Yeah, I didn't know
Schnettler?
he was either. Until Monica's brother's roommate's cousin's friend told me that he is the drummer from Prime Circle. Yeah, dude.
And then we just slowly move towards
After we hung out with Dale
Alex's perspective to see what he's thinking in this moment. Because obviously, Prime Circle is one of his favorite bands.
To meet the band.
And we just
and then
walk
after
in
the show,
slowly.
Dale and the band was like, now we're part of their Prime Circle.
And then we end on Gary's perspective, where he's like, I had the best time, and you should have come with me. And that really allows for the character growth on Alex's side. All right, and that was it for On the Timeline Surface Tension Edition. So yeah, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. That must mean you're one of our super fans, so we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you did make it this far and you're not subscribed, what? Why? What are you doing? Subscribe. And also, hit that bell. You'll never miss any of our videos, and we'll keep showing you how we make movies. If you did learn something, leave us a comment and drop a like. So yeah, if you are one of those super fans, you probably noticed that the last Friday of every month is usually Trailer Friday, but today it wasn't On the Timeline Friday. Next week we will be dropping the trailer for the next film, and then the next film will be premiered on the second Friday of July. So until next time, stay inside, make your movie.